Once you have us, there's just always a lot of good trouble, you know.
And then there's Victor Momoh. I got to pull him in.
So maybe the problem now is that we have a lot of trust issues, which maybe in 2 years, you know.
Whereas I still don't use Power BI. I'm not interested in Python.
Oz de Soleil and Victor Momoh became the double act of the Global Excel Summit 2024. Now their talk, which was all about AI, actually started with a pre-recorded video from Oz that lent in on this story about him traveling the world on a horse, and the meme that you don't find Victor Momoh finds you. Now if you've not heard either of those stories before, you will at some point in the future, I'm sure. So they talked a lot about the hype of AI and the fact that actually the reality of the experience of using things like Copilot at the moment doesn't always live up to the hype. But they also talked about the fact that we've got to get used to this. We've got to get better at using AI. We've got to accept that it's not perfect at the moment, but it's the worst it will ever be. And we've got to get better at doing things like using the right prompts to get the best answers back from AI as we can. You will see from my interview with the two of them after their talk why they are such a good double act. So here it is, my interview with Victor Momoh and Oz de Soleil just after their talk at the Global Excel Summit. So the moment I turn them on, they record. That's going. So the dream team duo from today, you just cause mayhem everywhere you go.
I don't know, man. It's not, see, he puts this on me. I'm like the anchor that keeps everything sober. And then there's Victor Momoh. I got to pull him in. That's how that works.
There's no way that's true.
No, I think everybody knows, you know. Once you have us, there's just always a lot of good trouble, you know. So,
Good trouble.
and I'm just someone who helps to just fan his passion for trouble. So.
Well, you
An enabler.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's what Momo means in English is enabler. Right.
Well, you two had a great session earlier.
Thank you.
I think you got the message across that you're not going to give any of your personal details away ever to anyone.
Well, I feel coerced because I have learned this term called the tyranny of everybody else getting in line. And that's why I did eventually relent and give ChatGPT my phone number, even though I saw no purpose for it. But with everybody else getting in line, I figured I have to at least speak from a place of I've tried this stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And you kind of alluded to this, but where do you think we will be maybe in 2 years' time? Do you think all of our positions on AI and all of this stuff that we've been talking about today will be vastly different? Or do you think people are going to quite defensively hold on to all the traditional stuff, the ways that we do things?
Well, I think one thing that is inevitable is change, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I may still hold on to some positions, but again, before we had this presentation, we're having a conversation around, trust and confidence. And we're saying that, building trust and building confidence, maybe even in your partner or in something takes time, so maybe the problem now is that we have a lot of trust issues, which maybe in 2 years, maybe some of those issues may, fizzle out a little, yeah. But there will still be, some major things that we may always think about, maybe data privacy and all that, yeah. But yeah, I think as confidence grows in the tool, our perspectives, may change. So maybe not in 2 years, but
and look, both of you have obviously got a really good following from not corporations, but individuals who want to get better at Excel. This stuff to me today that we've been talking about, AI, even Lambda and stuff, it's really in the margins of the experts. Do you have a message for the majority that I would suspect a lot watch you for, new skills and training?
Well, first of all, let me say that in 2 years, where will we be with this? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think more of us need to be comfortable just saying, I don't know. Because it changes so much. Bill Jelen and I recorded a video one day, and then 2 weeks later, it was obsolete. So it never got posted. So, I don't know. Where will be in 2 years? So your question was about a message, because, right, when you talk about Python and lambdas, like somebody like me, I hate coding.
Yeah.
And even when they talk about 1 line of Python, 2 lines of Python, it's still Python in code to me.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in it. And I'm not against learning, because like when Power Query came out, and then we got those 6 joins, I saw the value in immediately. I just couldn't figure out what the hell is an anti-join. So I fought and I got it. So I would say to people who aren't in that margin, it's going to be really important to get clear on your needs and what you like to do, your strengths, and go from there. And resist the crowd that's, oh, Python, Python, Python.
I think you said it earlier, resist the FOMO to a certain extent, but it's hard. It's hard sometimes.
It is very hard.
Yeah.
Hence ChatGPT having my phone number. Right? But because eventually there was this tipping point, whereas I still don't use Power BI. I'm not interested in Python. I'm not interested in writing a whole lot of M code.
Yeah.
And I am okay with that. I do not want to change the oil in my own car. I do not want to put a handheld shower head in my shower. I will call somebody and have them do it. But I will edit a video. I will learn new Power Query things. Yes. So it's like, what is my lane? Stay in that lane.
Well, if your lane is what you showed at the start of the talk with that 10-minute video you put together, I hope you never change lanes.
No, that was brilliant. I mean,
10-minute story on screen of going to Nigeria on a horse.
Yes.
Ridiculous,
Genius.
right? I mean, who travels on a horse, Only to not find me.
And Victor, what about you? So, like, any message similar to the question I asked Oz?
Yeah, so, that's one thing I always say, that myself and Oz are, we are like, it's always, I think of it as, like I say, a union of strange bedfellows, We are very not alike, but we're just able to, coexist.
Right, yes.
Because on some things we have, different, perspectives, but, we always find a middle ground. But absolutely, one thing I know we agree on is that, everybody must identify, their particular, challenge or what their objectives are. I think it's a challenge for like trainers. The reason why I get to learn some of these things is because I work as a trainer. So you just have to have an idea, even if it's just enough to say, oh yeah, I've tested it and it doesn't work. That's better than maybe I don't even know, what this is at all. So sometimes that's the reason why maybe some of us have to hop on some, trains, right? So get on the Lambda train, get on the Python train. And it's just to be able to say, oh yeah, this is how, so not because maybe we particularly like it, but because of maybe what we do, as, trainers, we want to have an idea. So what I would say is, back to what we're saying initially, that you need to, for yourself and for your use case, some people may never need to write a Lambda. Yeah, because maybe Excel has who knows how many now, 540, 580 functions. Within the 580, you probably can find one that can solve, the kind of problems that they face. Not everybody will face the kind of complex issues that maybe we face and, we need to write Lambda. So I think, rather than just, oh yeah, lambdas, if you don't need it, just, go on with what it is you're doing.
Something though, is that I've done some live expert challenges on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Where I have some people come on. Right. Yes. And some people have complained about how some of the experts I've had come on, they use these lambdas. And it's hard for the viewers to figure out what the hell is going on.
Didn't solve his in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, fast. with Dermot Early. Yeah.
At least solve it before you ask him.
Right. Yeah. And with some of my challenges that come out on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Folks come on and they solve with lambdas. And it's just so, I don't know what the word is. Obscure, dense, I don't know. I mean, they get the right answer, but then other people don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's complex, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's unavoidably complex.
And complex in this weird kind of way. Complex can be like some massive nested state formula.
Yeah.
complex can also be, here's this short thing that nothing I recognize.
But now it's the short thing that you see, and it's 50 lines of code in the name manager.
Exactly.
Right,
Whole
right.
new way of working. isn't
Yes.
it? It's different.
Yeah. So, when it comes to lambdas, it's neither here nor there for me. I use them a lot, right? Maybe let and lambdas, right? But sometimes how I think about it is just the same way you have XLOOKUP, right? It's a function that's been created that does something,
Yes.
And so a lambda is really not different from that,
We
in that
we
sense.
just trust XLOOKUP, don't we? Because
Exactly, because it's
verified
inbuilt,
by
X
Microsoft
lookup,
or
and
whatever.
but at the end of the day, sometimes I'm just creating another X lookup with maybe a funky name. Yeah, but maybe if you understood it, it would be much easier. But you're right, lambdas hide a lot of complexity behind, and all you see is equals to X lookup. Put something in there, and it spits out it, and you're like, wait, what exactly is going on?
really clever, but it's different.
Right.
I'm really conscious of taking up a lot of your time. There is one elephant in the room that the three of us have to talk about.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That's one, right?
Yes.
Up
talk
until a
about
week ago, I thought we were pretty much booking flights for our road trip to Nigeria.
it. Right.
And Victor's now thrown in this curveball that he's getting married.
Yes, getting
And we
married.
might have to postpone the trip. Which I think you should just postpone the wedding and we should do our trip.
Right. Yeah. Or
We
we
go to the
crash
wedding.
the wedding.
We go
Yes.
to the wedding.
Yes. And if they try to leave to go on some honeymoon in Bali or
we'll come
something,
with them.
then we just have to go. Yeah.
Right, so
on
you're-
horses.
You're not off the. You're not off the hook. We're
Right,
going to
you're not.
find you somewhere for a road trip.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
We'll make that happen. I guess there's still just some pieces that haven't come together, right?
Like getting married, just that minor piece to sort out.
A very important piece, right? One
Yeah.
piece, but very important
Well,
piece.
congratulations in advance.
Thank you so much.
yes, yes,
But really, I mean, seriously, on the road trip, the moment, Miles, Giles.
You're not the first. He's there.
I
It's
know
all right,
everybody
yeah.
does it, and when you said everybody makes that mistake, I was like, no, I won't make that mistake. Now it's happened. So, but when Giles, posted, I was like, oh no, this is brilliant. Like I would love for that to happen, and even have a meetup, because I'm sure there are a lot of people in Lagos who know, you, and then we're able to get some of our guys onto full stack. So they would love to see you in person. I can imagine how jealous they feel of me right now, standing with both of you. So.
Maybe this guy.
So we'll work something out, definitely.
Awesome.
But
All right.
it's
Well,
been
look,
a
thank you
pleasure
so much,
being here.
guys. So good to meet you in person.
Thank you, yes.
Have a great rest
This
of the
has been
summit.
great.
All right, guys.
All right. All right.